All right. Well, um, today was a fun day, fun game to be a part of. We had an opportunity to be here at Audi Stadium, which we take great pride in playing here. I thought both teams came out and did really well. Houston did some good things. They got an interception for a touchdown after we had gotten a turnover to get in good field position. So offensively, obviously, you got to take care of that, not allow that to happen. But I'm really proud of our team. They stayed in the fight. Our coaches continue to prepare them and allowed us to, get the win at the end. So happy with that.
Coach, you guys almost doubled your rushing yards from last week. How important was getting the run game for you guys?
Yeah, we are a team that really want to run the ball. As you looked last year, with AB being our leading rusher, led the league in rushing. But when we look back at our first week game from last year, we had rushed almost the same amount of yards that we rushed in the first game. So this is improvement. Obviously, Hagens and Cam, both guys, did some stuff today along with Tamu running the ball. So it's extremely important for us to be able to run the ball. We don't want the defensive line, the defensive end guys, just to pin their ears back and be able to rush the passer. So it was good to be able to run it. And this team, defensive line-wise, I mean, they're stout, right? There's some big guys inside, and there's some times they stopped us from running it, right? They, almost discouraged us from running it, but we continue to do that and was able to get some rushing yards.
How did it feel being back in front of these fans?
I mean, this is an amazing place. It really is. I'm humbled by it every time we get a chance to come back here. The fans were extremely loud, and defensively, when we talk to our defense, we talk about if we're not playing up enough where our fans cause at least two offside penalties, then we're not doing our job. And here at the end of the game, I mean, there is a good bit of them. So our fans came, they showed out, they were loud, and I know today there's a lot of options, right? The Nationals was playing, we were playing. I think there was a hockey game or something going on. So, I mean, D.C., that's where it's at, right? And, just a lot going on. So we're thankful that our fans came out today.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. Stayed red zone, you were 3 for 4. Just talk about your thoughts on your red zone offense.
Yeah, it was much better than last week. Obviously, we kicked a lot of field goals last week, just didn't feel the momentum of going for it on fourth down. But today, the guys kind of removed that from me where we were able to score touchdowns down there. And that's what you want, right? I mean, last week we had 4 field goals, right? And points are points, and it's good to get them, but you'd rather have touchdowns than field goals. So that's a good number for us, coming from 0 and 4, I think, last week in the red zone, 0 and 3 in the red zone. So that's encouraging, and that's definitely something to build on.
So it was up. I mean, you were down 3 at the time. It was fourth and 7 from the 39. What made you go for it with the tight end screen instead of kicking the field goal?
Yeah, so the field goal would have been 58 yards. In pregame, we go out, and at that end of the end zone, he would have been good for 53 yards just because of wind. Now, the other end, where the locker rooms are, we had talked in pregame, and he had made them from 57. So 58 is that's a distance away from what we had discussed. So just wasn't comfortable with that. And I typically let Coach Keiss know on third down if we feel like we're going to go for a fourth down. I'll say, hey, have a fourth down play. Not typically 4th and 7, but it's usually 4th and short. But today he dialed up a really good one. My man Alex went and made a really good play and made up for some errors or so early on. But that was the thinking behind it.
Coach, you told me after the win, not at Audi Field.
Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that at home the guys are going to fight and claw and pretty much handle business? Is that it's automatic,
Yeah.
continuing the win streak
All right.
from last year?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, they recognize it, right? They talk about it. And it's not about we never lose in Audi. It's we win in Audi. and that's the approach and that's the mindset. And that has a lot to do with our fans. It has a lot to do with the game day atmosphere. It has to do with us being extremely comfortable in this stadium. So definitely want to keep that going. We're proud of the guys the way they stayed in the fight today and was able to get the victory. But this is a special place, and dating back before the UFL or the XFL last year, those guys still was undefeated at home. So got to keep it going.
I have one more. Oh, go ahead.
Congrats on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
In the fourth quarter, DC's offense scored 11 points while the defense held Houston to 0 points. What was the shift towards the end of the game that allowed production on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, I think early on offensively, we were just, it'd be 10 guys on the same page and then one guy not on the same page, which caused us to, not get a positive play. So once we came in the locker room and talked about it at halftime, talked about we had to run the ball, we had to be able to run the ball so we can, get some of our passes. So we were able to do that. And then defensively, we felt good about our defense putting a good pass rush on them. I mean, they did a good job of getting the ball out, but we bent a little bit but didn't break. We put them in some stressful situations, was able to make them throw the ball in front of us and on 3rd and long, and was able to come up and make the tackle. So Greg Williams, our defensive coordinator, and our defensive coaches, they do a good job. And, guys make big plays. I mean, how about that play Baker made, number 25? And we talk about effort plays, and we're talking about would you be proud of your teammate? And you show a play, and for that guy not to give up. Last week we had one with Harmon tackling the guy like on the 5-yard line. So, I mean, those are huge plays, and defensively, offensively, guys stepped up, and we're proud of them for that.
I was just going to address the penalties. So last week you guys had 9 for 66 yards. This week 4 for 23. How did you address that leading up to this week?
Well, we talked about it a good bunch. Like, we're not a team that's going to have 9 penalties and hurt ourselves like that. And many, last week was costly personal fouls and that type of thing. So we talked about that. We talked to the coordinators about it, the assistant coaches. They do a good job of Paul revering that message to our team. Like, hey, we don't want to commit penalties. We want to be, this game is hard enough to compete against good teams. And if you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball, behind the sticks and getting off schedule, then, you're going to have a hard time. So they did a good job of not causing a bunch of penalties today.
Came from the back.
You know your stats today?
I don't.
All right, I got you. You had 212 yards.
That's what I like to see, over 200.
Me?
That's what I like to see, over 200. Yeah,
So
that's the goal.
How did you think you were equally yoked from the passing and rushing this week compared to last week?
Yeah, we wanted to establish the run. This week, I think we only ran the ball 9 times last week. So our O-line and our running backs made that emphasis this week to go in there and push the guys up front. They were big guys, but they did a good job pushing them. I knew we were going to tire them out with our tempo, running right, left, down the middle, RPOs. So especially with their linebackers flying around like they do, I think our running backs and our O-line did a great job today.
15 for 32.
Nice. I felt amazing. I was telling everyone that I was excited to come back and play in DC, and I know the fans were going to bring the energy every time we, step foot here. I think we're 10-0 here now, so I mean that's a good thing to keep the fans coming back, and they helped us there at the end, with the crowd noise, and they were in it the whole game.
With that turnover in the first quarter,
Yeah.
how were you able to overcome that and good job there?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, every quarterback knows to, when we're throwing to a running back, to put it right on their chest. I put it a little bit too high, tipped it, and any tip ball is going to most likely be an interception. And I just had to erase that. I just had to have short memory. I had to go in there and lead the team back because I knew that was just the beginning. That was just the start of the game, and that's what shows that shows the type of leader I am, that no matter what, in chaos, like I'm just going to go back out there and try to lead the team to victory, and we did that.
Congrats on the win, Jordan.
Thank you.
Hard hit towards the goal line with a little less than 2 minutes in the first.
Yeah.
Got the win knocked out of you last game. How are you feeling now?
I feel great. Bumps and bruises come with the game, and then especially with me running the ball, something I want to do more of. But my body's feel good, a little treatment here and there, and I should be good, ready to go on Saturday.
Jordan, you mentioned how the crowd noise helped you guys out
Yeah.
at the very end of the game. Do you feel at any point the crowd hyped you guys up to put on the result just to stay
Yeah.
together?
Having the 2 touchdowns on that side where the beer snake was amazing. I mean, it was just like a surreal moment. If I want to score on that side every time, because the crowd is right there. You get to be with the crowd, and you're high fiving guys, and they come out here to have a good time, and so it was just so much fun just having that environment.
You talked about those 2 final passes.
Yeah, the 2 touchdowns. Yeah, with Briley and then to tie.
Passes, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
What's going through your mind on those plays?
Yeah, those plays, I mean, first and foremost, I wanted to make sure I was protected. And like I said, O-line did a great job protecting and, gave me enough time. And I told them if they give me enough time, I will throw it. And our receivers came down with a great catch. Tight end, Bradley, and Ty Scott. So, they did their thing.
You like having those big guys who's like it is though?
Yeah, I do. Yep, I like them a lot. I can just throw it up, and they can come down with it. All right. Thank you all. Thank you, guys.